Greg Abate, welcome to England.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks for finding some time for us.
Thank you.
So what are you doing in the UK at this time in November?
Well, I'm doing a concert tonight in Peterborough Jazz Club.
Great.
And Wednesday, I believe I'm going to Grantham to play at the King's School, doing a workshop.
Okay, okay. And you do lots of workshops in the States as well, and
I do.
And those workshops are mainly focused around jazz and improvisation? And
jazz, improvisation, and composition.
Okay, okay.
And also just questions and answers by the students. And we talk about like what it's like to be, a professional musician, and they ask me like where can they learn to play out.
And do you feel there's many places in the States where these kids can get out and play like that?
There's more than here, I think.
Yeah.
In England, I think, because it's a bigger country, we have like a lot more venues going on, but it's still diminished there as well.
Yeah.
I teach 7 hours a week. I have 4 jazz combos, which piano, bass, drums, and alto, trombone, trumpet, guitar, and then I have a jazz theory course I teach.
Yeah, okay. Well, we think of you as an alto player, but we know you play tenor, soprano. But how did it all start? Did you start an alto? What was the background there?
Yeah, alto, or clarinet to alto.
Clarinet, okay.
Yeah, I still have my clarinet. Yeah. I don't play any jazz on the clarinet though, because I'm not really. I just don't have the technique like I do with playing flutist, or saxophone and flute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. Do you think the learning of the clarinet was important though to help you at the beginning? I mean, would you advise that for younger kids, or do you think it's just as well to go straight on alto?
I'm not sure anymore. There was a whole stigma about that, But because of the clarinet being so difficult, and the way you would play with the open holes, and then the register change, it doesn't really apply to the saxophone other than your left and right hand moving in similar motion on the keys. But I think it would help technique-wise because you're starting on that and you really have to focus.
Yeah.
It was like playing open hole flute, right? If you don't play closed hole flute first, it seems like different than the flute though.
Yeah.
Because I played closed hole because I first started playing flute when I joined the Ray Charles Band in 1973, and I couldn't play flute, and I had to play flute on a couple of things, like Georgia, hold up notes, and so I went and bought a Yamaha student model, and I couldn't play even though, because I was practicing day and night trying to get a sound, so the other guys would cover for me, the section, play the flute part.
And that was you mentioned there with the Ray Charles Orchestra, that was mid-70s, yeah?
Yeah.
So what was life like playing in a big unit like that, and did they get around the States a lot? Or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
and, all over Europe, in London, we played in London a lot, in Japan, and all of the countries, Belgium, Holland, everywhere you could imagine.
Yeah.
Not that I want to be the front man, but I played big bands for a long time. And I played with the Artie Shaw Band. I played tenor on that band. And it was great working with Artie, as he was like a mentor there.
Yeah.
He's a great player.
So he was still involved with the band at that time.
He was there. He came on a lot of trips with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't playing.
In your practice periods now, if you're playing at home and back in Rhode Island, what would be a normal Greg run through on his practice, or is that evolving as you go? And
yeah, it's evolving. Yeah, I've never been a real religious practicer because I've never been really that organized. But I know what I should have done, and I know what I do now is like I play changes. I'll write songs. I'll learn standards. I'll do the thing with playing the tune and try to improvise through the chords of a tune and see if I can hear the tune in my head when I'm playing through the chords, My thing is going on a gig, and I have my music and my lead sheets, and I like to go, and I usually take my horn out of the case like 5 or 10 minutes before I play, and I don't do a sound check. I don't like to do warm-ups or rehearsals. And sometimes I find that when I'm playing with people I don't know, if they ask me if they want to know a set list, I say, well, we'll give a little set list, but I like to go and do everything spontaneous. and but not to be selfish, so I compromise and say, well, we'll do this tune, or have this tune ready, and are you familiar with this tune? But I like that. It sort of gives me an edge to take chances rather than get stuck in a routine of like knowing exactly what I'm going to do. But like playing with different guys or musicians, it's a different level of playing too. I really when I play with a piano player that is harmonically really good, and time-wise and comp's really good, and the bass player is walking really good and knows the harmonic structure, and the drummer knows how to play. Like that is a smooth type of thing where you can just like create in the moment. You can just do it.
Let's talk about your kit for a minute if we can. So we know you're a Selmer artist. You do a lot of work, clinics and events for Selmer as well.
I've had my Mark 6s since I've been in high school, and I'm used to it, and I just like the way the vibration of it is. I don't know how the inventor made it happen, but whatever it is, when I'm playing it, and like you can just feel the horn vibrate through my I can feel it through my fingers, and I don't know where it comes from, but it's just the Selmer instrument is such a perfect instrument to me. I just like the way it feels.
Can you just talk us through what you're using on your alto, your tenor, all your kit basically?
I have like a Meyer 5. It's finally opened up to 7 and reworked by Ralph Morgan.
Okay.
Yeah, Ralph did this one. It's like a Meyer 5. This is a Richie Cole 5 Meyer designed after the old New York Meyer. And I have a New York Meyer 5 at home. It's like, I got it from Bob Ackerman. If you know this guy, Mouthpiece Doc.
Yeah.
That one I got like old, and I use this one mainly because I've had it refaced, and I'm using that on the altos, and I have an Arlink 7-star I use on my tenor, and I've got a Barry soprano mouthpiece 62 that I use. It's a hard rubber. The 7-star link is a metal for my tenor. Excuse me.
That's okay.
But I don't particularly care to play metal like on this or Bergloss on the tenor, because it gets too bright for me on the something about the way that the sound is. You just can't get used to it. Although sometimes I think I like to get my sound brighter, and I try that, and I go back to what I have. I